iHipHopTV.com on YouTube. Shit is fire. Check out iHipHopTV.com on YouTube.
That's right. You know what time it is. It's your man PStock. It's time for iHipHopTV one-on-one. Mad Money Militia Inc. style. You know, that's big shout out to Dark Diva, Mad Money Militia. Big shout out to Aladdin 19. Big shout out to Big Wall, the Culture Gang. Dress the Culture. Tap in, check us out every week on all platforms. Dress the Culture, iHipHop. You know, that's how we do it. Big shout out to my man Lex Luger, South State Connected, making it happen, doing this thing, all the award shows. It's jumping off always down south. Yeah, but, you know, tonight, you know, we always do these great shows. We bring this talent through for you to see. You might not know of them, or you might know them, but after the night, you will know them. And tonight's no different. Tonight, straight from New York, we have a hot, I mean, she's blazing the mics in the city. I mean, standing room only in venues like Pianos, the Delancey, you know, SOBs, legendary SOBs, and the Apollo, you know, so she's doing it like that. You know, she's taking the mantle and she's running with it, you know, and it's coming and she's hot. It's fire, you know. So tonight, without any further ado, I got to turn this on to Genique. She's a fire right here. What's happening, Genique?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? It's great. I mean, your music, your lyrics, your vocals is incredible. You know, I mean, and I guess that goes with your background. You know, being in Jamaica. You know, great. You know, was you born in Jamaica or born in the States?
I was actually born in the States. I was born in Florida. Surprisingly,
okay.
My mom in Florida, her third trimester to have me to be like an American citizen. You know, and then I was raised in Jamaica. She took me back, and I was raised there until I was like 9, 10 years old.
Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, so that's what I mean. That type of, you know, background, you know, being experiencing that, you know, from Florida to Jamaica, where it's the musical culture down there. You know, always a musical culture, and you can hear it in with the patois you be delivering in your lyrics, and then to come back to New York and do it in New York, the Apple, that's like the you know, that's like the Mecca. You know,
yeah, New York made me for real.
So that's what it is. You put it down. You give it all the credit to New York. New York.
Well, I'll give the credit to Jamaica too. Of course, that's definitely like my foundation, my background. But all my like, you know, years of like really maturing and chasing music and everything, and just that grind has been in New York. So I got to give New York the credit.
Yeah, I figure that's you know, I give New York the credit for my little music success I had back in the day, you know. So it's cool. I understand. I can understand. But let's, you know, but with all the viewers out there, let the viewers know who is Genique. Give them a little of yourself.
Of course. So I am a rapper. I'm a singer. I'm a dancehall artist. I think I'm an artist. That's what it is. I'm an artist, just all encompassing. Right now, I'm rapping a lot. I'm doing like the patois, switch into like the drill music, just kind of combining them. But I really love R&B as well. I really love dancehall. So whatever the beat calls for, I deliver. My lyricism is something setting me apart right now. And yeah, just the flow, the melody, the lyricism. So if you get a chance, go check it out.
Yeah, and I mean, and I vouch for it. It's hot, you know, and you should see it floating around. Catch the promo, look for it on iHipHopTV, you know, and then you definitely got to tap in on all of her platforms to check it out. She got to use following, and then you can get more, you know, get more entrenched with it. You know, that's big. That's big. So in New York, you know, what's your favorite part of the city of doing music? You know, in New York, you know, is it, you know, there's a lot of artists up there, you know, and then there's a lot of wannabes. You know, you got a lot of wannabes.
Yeah, that too. But like, I love the scene. Since I've been doing music, I've been grinding on the open mic scene. So I love the open mic scene. I've been doing it since like 2016, just like bouncing around from, you know, different venues, doing open mics, just the culture, the rap ciphers, all of that. It's always so much fun. And I think that's where I really like got my love for performing. So yeah, the open mic scene is maybe my favorite place to go. You see people just starting out, and you see people that are like, really, really good that been doing it. You see
Right.
people in the middle. So yeah, that whole thing is just really cool to me.
Yeah, yeah, that scene is good. You probably meet a lot of people, get a lot of pointers, and performing stuff. But you do
Yes.
everything. You do
Yeah.
everything. You do the dance hall and you do the R&B.
Mhm.
So out of all three genres, what's the hardest for you to get your point across?
That's a good question. Well, the hardest to get my point across, I guess I would say like R&B because it's just not as much words as rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the hardest to like write, I would say rap, just because you're working with a lot more lyrics and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
R&B can kind of stay on that melody, just like ride that wave, just a couple sentences per, verse, and then a catchy chorus, and then an R&B song is kind of over. It's more about like the feel and the harmonies and like everything like that. But rapping, it's just like bar after bar after bar. It's like metaphors and double entendres and just a lot more to think about.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the more difficult one to write.
Go. So now with the rap lyrics, you see most rappers are doing 12 bar uh verses now.
Mhm.
So that's the new standard. Back in the day, it was always 16. You had to drop a 16. So
Yeah,
every
they change up these things all the time. I don't even keep up with it. I just do what I want to do and what the
that's
beat calls for. So sometimes I'll be rapping for a good 64 bars. I'm like, yeah, let's just make this a freestyle. I don't feel like putting a chorus in here. So yeah, I don't know. They're gonna do what they want to do. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
dig it. Yeah. I mean, why not? It's
Yeah,
music. It's about your creativity and
exactly.
how you grasp people, you know,
Exactly.
and that's big. And you're doing it in front of standing room only crowds in these venues in New York, which is
Yeah.
huge. How does that make you feel? When you look out there and you see the
Good.
place is packed and most of the people are there to see you.
Yeah, no, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. I grinded really hard, like I said, from like 2016, maybe to like the pandemic, like right before the pandemic is when everything just stopped with the open mics and stuff like that. But I was pulling my people and just like forming a proper foundation. And I think it really pays off. I get to see how much it pays off at those live shows when the room is packed out.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really good. Yeah.
That's big. And then I was reading that you took advantage of the pandemic when the pandemic came about, which is smart.
Yes.
We all did it. We all grew a little bit. I think a lot of people lost a little bit, but
Yeah.
grew a little bit off of the pandemic. But so
Yeah, for
let's talk
sure.
about that. How did you utilize the pandemic?
Well, since everything was shut down and we couldn't do shows and things like that, we started doing Instagram lives.
Mm-hmm.
So we would go on Instagram live and just like me and a couple of my friends would go on Instagram live and tell our followers to like go spam us in celebrity lives. Like the celebrities were going live a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just doing a bunch of celebrities every night, just like spamming like add Genique, add Genique. And then the celebrity would add me and then I would like rap or sing or perform for them. And it would result in, of course, like thousands and thousands of followers because in their live they'd have like 10,000. So I just like sang or rapped for like 10,000 people at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was doing that throughout the whole pandemic. Um, and I went from 16,000 followers to like 100,000 plus. So it paid off. Yeah.
So you made the best of it. It made it come through.
Yeah,
Uh,
for
and,
sure.
and that's big because with that pandemic, but people they got to see you. So once it lifted and you start performing live, now people want to get out there and see you live in person. They want to
Yeah,
see
for
if it
sure.
was live.
Right. I also met a bunch of like, big people, a bunch of big names, and it resulted in great connections. And, I was able to like meet a lot of my favorite artists as well. So it was just really amazing.
Like who was that? Who was some of your favorite artists that you got to meet?
Um, I met Queen Naija,
Okay.
Tory Lanez. That was like a whole thing. Tory had flown me out to LA to work after I did his live.
Okay.
And at the time, Tory was one of my favorite artists. So that was just like crazy.
Right.
But yeah, there's a good couple names. I performed for like Lil Nas X and just a bunch of like random big names, a bunch of influencers. Just
Hmm.
met a lot of cool people.
That's huge, coming up. That's huge. So you ain't get no. I mean, so next is for you to start doing some collaborations with them. Is that in the works?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing a lot of collaborations in general. I don't know which one's gonna like actually make it out. I'm excited to see myself. It really depends on like, what's going on with my team and like what we decide is gonna be the best moving forward. But
Hmm.
a bunch of collaborations. I don't want to say too much and hopefully they work out.
Okay, there it is. There it is. And that's big. And one thing that you keep saying that I like is your team. Your team. Because you got to have a strong team, somebody behind you, pushing you, and
Mhm.
making it all happen, which is huge. And something else
Mhm.
that I really respect about what you're doing, and a lot of people need to follow suit, especially in the music, is you went to school, you went to college, and you went there, and you have a skill and something else to fall back on.
Yeah,
So you have something to help because in the business and doing this, it costs money. It costs money for you to do things, and you don't want to get stuck into a situation where you're obligated to an entity or something because they're spending money on you, because then you're trapped. You become
right.
trapped like
Music was very expensive. And
that.
I used to be a little bit upset with my parents for like forcing college when I knew I wanted to do music. Like
Hmm.
And I'm
Hmm.
just like, why are y'all forcing this? I know what I want to do. And it was very frustrating, but it's like the best decision that I could have made because I had that college degree, I was able to like do substitute teaching and
Yes.
becoming like an actual teacher without like a master's or anything. And that
Yes.
was like, a good salary to pursue
Yes.
music with if I wanted to. So while a lot of my friends who didn't go to college were just like struggling really to like do these like bare minimum jobs that are paying like minimum wage, I was um I was very much perfectly fine paying like rent and still having money left over to pay for music. So I'm really glad I did it that way.
Yeah, yeah, that's big. So your parents, shout out to your parents for
Shout
making
out
you
to
hold
my
it down.
parents.
Yeah, for making you hold it down. Because
Yeah.
that's big. Because I mean, because the term starving artist is real. That
Oh
that's
yeah,
that's
it's so
real.
real.
You know,
That's
and paying for studio time and to get
music videos.
yeah, to get the yeah, music videos especially. But
Yeah.
I think that that's come down a lot compared to back in the day. So I mean, so you can make that happen. It depends on who you want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It depends on who you're working with.
It depends on quality and what you want and how many locations. It's a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff. But
Yeah, I mean, or you can just guerrilla it, guerrilla it, and get you some locations and do
yeah,
what you
right.
do. But that's what's up, But your latest single, Temper, is fire. You got a
Mhm.
combination of drill and then the Jamaican patois,
Mhm.
and that's hot. I love anytime I think any artist that comes along that speak another language or speak another slang real well, and you mix that in with what you're doing. I think it always works. It makes it go, and no different for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. It brings two cultures together. And it's also just different. Sometimes you just want to hear something a little bit different.
Yes. Yes, all the time. You get tired of the same. For a while with the mumble rap
Yeah.
situation was going on and
Yes.
everything. So that kind of took people off and everything. So
Mm.
that ain't nothing. So Dark Diva, you had a chance to perform at the Escape from Reality back in the day, right? When was that?
Yeah.
That was back before the pandemic.
Yeah. It was a while ago, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, that was back there. So that's where you had a chance to meet Dark Diva, and that's still
That's
going down.
cool.
Yeah, on Escape from Reality. So that's
Yes.
huge. Diva keeps her ears to the street. And
Mhm.
she picks winners. And you're no different. She's staying on point with you. With your music, your sound, everything is hot. It's exciting, to see where you're going to go and how you're going to take it to the next level, with everything that you're doing. Now I want to ask you some questions. Who was some of your musical influences, like people that you grew up, listening to, or that you admired, you want to get involved with?
There's so many in this question. Every time like I answer this question, I miss a bunch of people. But just like off the top of my head, I would say because there's so many influences for like rap, R&B, whatever. I'm just gonna mix them all together. So J. Cole, Drake, Nicki Minaj, Spice, SZA, Sanchez, Jasmine Sullivan, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston. There's just so many. It's like there's a lot. There's a lot. I'll leave it at those. Vibes Cartel, Dexter Daps. You have to throw like all my genres in there.
All those influences. So can listeners hear some of your influences in your music and when you're putting stuff out there?
I don't think I sound like anyone specifically, but I think if you listen to like, enough songs, you'll hear different parts of different people, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. How do you go about picking tracks? What tracks, and whenever you go into the studio and you're throwing tracks in front of you to listen to, how do you go about that? How do you pick? Is there a certain ritual you do, or certain type of sound? Or are you just going in that mood? I'm in this mood today. Yeah. You want to hear something?
Yeah, the mood does dictate a lot of the time what I want to do. So I kind of go in thinking I want something upbeat, or I go in thinking I want to rap, or I want to do R&B. So I kind of pick the genre before I go listen to the beats, and then I'll just like listen to the beats that a bunch of producers might send me stuff. I might have a beat pack or two in my email. So just go through the beats, see if I like anything. If I do like something, I'll mumble a melody to it. Just kind of formulate something of how I want to flow on the track, especially if it's rap. I have like a set melody, set flow, and then I'll just kind of start putting words into that melody. And I do all this on like Google Docs. I type my lyrics. Some people write it. I just be typing mine out.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's smart. Just you have them. They have a record up. Because that's your publishing. That's money. Especially once you take it somewhere and you make it, you put it on that track and then you put it out there, it becomes money. So you want to keep track of it. So that's how you got to do it. And that's very smart. All right, so now I want to get into something we like to get into, the psyche of Genique. Let's see what's going on there a little bit with the music background and the music knowledge. So if you was trapped on a desert island, okay, and you could have 3 albums, what 3 albums would you have to be trapped?
That's hard. Trapped on a desert island, 3 albums. Okay. I don't know if some of these might be controversial. I don't know, but it's what it is. I really loved the Playboy album from Tory Lanez. I think I'm gonna put that in for sure.
Okay.
I'd say Born Sinner, J. Cole. And I'll toss in Views with Drake. I really like that album.
Okay. All male artists. That's.
Oh wow, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's just off the top of my head, though.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my mood today too. If you ask me this like tomorrow or like next week,
it could be something different.
All female, yeah.
Something different. Okay. What 3? If you had a choice of 3 records, 3 songs that you would have to listen to in that, what 3 songs would it be?
From like each of those projects?
Yeah, or any other projects.
Just any 3 songs?
Yeah, any 3 songs. If you was trapped and you was going to be stuck for a while and you can only have 3 songs to listen to.
This is so hard. Okay.
3 songs. I know it's hard. It's hard.
Okay, going off the top of my head again, this is just how I'm feeling right now. Some of the songs I don't even know if people know, but the first one would be Gold by JoJo. It's just one of my favorite songs. The second, boy. Janae Aiku, While We're Young, because I've been stuck on that song recently. And the third, I need something lit. I need something hype. Let me see. Would it be conceited to pick one of my own songs? That'd be crazy, right?
No, it would. I mean, it wouldn't. I mean, if you got a record that you had, it had to be one of the three.
Yo,
That would be the case.
I'll throw Tempa in there, to be honest. Tempa keeps me on my toes. I use it to work out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it is hot. You know, with the track. Who did the beat for that?
It was, I don't know. I don't remember, to be honest. I definitely paid him and everything, but I cannot remember who it was.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that track is fire. You know, I mean, it's something that's going. So how are you getting a lot of play on the on socials or on the internet with that record?
Yeah, it's doing okay. It could be doing better, to be honest with you. But in general, that's something me and my manager are working on. Just like, how can we get everybody interacting on Instagram and everything to go over to the music like fully? Like, if I could get 100,000 people over to my music, that would be amazing. Because it doesn't always work out that way. Like, people see the followers and think like everything should line up, and a lot of the time it doesn't. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's doing okay compared to where I was like years before, trying to release my music and get it out. Of course, it's doing great, but compared to where I want to be, it needs to be doing better immediately. So
where you want it to be. Well, it takes time. It's going to get there. The more it kicks out there, it's going to get there, and we're going to do our part right at iHipHopTV and Mad Money Militia to push that out there too. Get it into some other markets and stuff too. So cross it over. Cross it over.
Cross it over.
Yeah. Now, this is another question I like to hear. That's I asked the artists, and we like to see where your mind's at with that. What would Genique today tell a younger Genique? What advice would you give her? What's the best advice would you give a younger Genique today?
I would say to just stay consistent and have fun with whatever it is that you're doing. That's like my biggest advice, because everything that's happened to me has only happened because I've just been consistent. Like, I'm always grinding, I'm always performing, I'm always writing, but I'm also like trying to like constantly put out content, which has really helped me, get any kind of like recognition. So stay consistent and have fun. I have a blast, so it doesn't feel like work a lot of the time. I'm always having fun. You can hear it in my music too. It just feels good and it makes you laugh. There's a bunch of funny lines in my bars. Like, I don't take shit serious. So yeah, just stay consistent and have fun with it.
Yeah. That's huge. Yeah. That's how that goes. That's huge. Where did you go to school at? Where'd you go to college at, brother?
I went to SUNY Oneonta. It's upstate.
Okay. And how was that experience going upstate? Was you still able to, while you was up there, able to continue your music and do things up there as well?
Yeah, I actually really went after music up there, funny enough.
Okay.
Which, pisses my parents off all the time. I was a biology major. And the biology degree was really just so I could be like, all right, here, I'm done. You know what I mean? So I went there, I got my good grades, but music was always there. Like, I was never with the science kids. I was always like planning an open mic. I was in the songwriters club. I was president of the songwriters club. Anything bio related, just constantly in music, throwing shows, doing dance stuff. It was just all music the entire time I was in college. And I started because I had access to like a big studio, like a multi-million-dollar studio. Through the music industry kids. So I made friends with them, and then we were always in the studio.
Smart.
Yeah. So I started in there. So that's what happened with that. Still got my degree, but music took over because it was always music. You know what I mean?
My story is similar. When I went back to college, I was going for medical. I was doing a bio thing, but I was really in the film. I was always in the film, so I wasn't going to let that get away. So when I went to Temple, I wound up once I found out it was a top 3 film school, I said, well, I'm applying for the film program here. I want to see it, and went for it. I left medical right behind. You know, I never looked back. You know,
See, there you go.
that's how it goes. It's one of those things. It's one of them things you got to do. Is stick with your heart. You know, do what your heart say, and what makes you happy doing things. You know, I play with light. I like visions of light, creating stuff. So that's what we do. You know, so that's big. But yeah, that's great. That you did that going to school, and schools as good as I think most schools is the connections you make. You know, that's what makes schools good. You meet good people, make good connections that go on. Is there anybody that you met in school that you're still close friends with today that's helping you with your career and everything?
Oh yeah, so many. When I started, I was with this producer named Wade Mulvihill, and he was the one recording me all these times, and it was his fault that I even joined the Songwriters Club. So he played a big role in like all of it. And we're still really cool now. I hit him up, we go record, or he'll send me a beat pack now and then. And Andrew Salaski, he's just in the middle of a bunch of stuff, and he's always helping me. He's also a graduate of SUNY. And you know, a bunch of people from like film, a bunch of people doing like videography and stuff like that just link up and shoot. So the connections are there, and it's really helpful.
Those are the kids for your videos. Those are the kids that you want to stay in touch with. You know, when I was in film school, we had a rule. You know, music videos were too easy to do. You didn't want to do music videos. So
really?
We always they were too easy to do. You didn't want to challenge yourself. But I was working in the music industry. I was working with a Brooklyn rapper. So I was doing stuff like that. We was doing music in that sense, you know, and doing music videos, but nothing for class projects though. So that's always smart. If you know some good film school kids, keep them in your Rolodex, because get your videos done, you know, a little cheaper, you know, and plentiful. You know, that's something to have, you know, which is big. So what's next for Genique? I know you're promoting your new project, you know, Tempa and everything. So what's next? How would the perfect next set of goals to reach that next goal go for Genique going into the summer?
Yeah, so it depends on these collaborations. We're seeing which one to pick and which one's going to do the best, and I think that's going to determine a lot of what happens next for me. But more than anything, I don't think I'm going to be dropping any projects soon. I think it's going to be just singles, just bangers, banger after banger, a bunch of shows, and yeah, just really staying consistent and really getting my name out there. But let's see what happens with these collaborations, really.
Yeah, that's true. That's big, you know, and that's one thing that I learned too. And you tapped into it again, and that is when you do projects, make everything a single, a banger. You don't do that. When I first went into Loud, and Woo was in there, and they were blowing up, and that's what we was looking at. You know, I noticed that there was no. They was dropping new singles at the end of the year on the same album they dropped at the beginning of the year. You know, so that's how you do it. You keep pounding them singles out. You keep pounding them singles out to make them go. You know, and that's big. You know, and I can respect that. So you hammered that too. So you cross the T's and dot the I's, and that's big. You know, and that goes for your music. You can hear that. You know, and we definitely going to tap in and keep you locked. You know, definitely going into it, you know, and push it, you know, because we have us as well. You know, we work with a lot of different artists, you know, that are doing their things, producers and everything on the West Coast, you know, as well. And then we're going to get you back on Address the Culture, me and Big Wall. We're going to get into some other things. And I'm going to tap into that real quick right now. What's going on in the world right now that has Genique pissed off? What has you pissed off? I know there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot. Just the pointless killing and the wars, of course, it's just really disheartening. And it's I feel like a lot of it, you know, is avoidable. I don't even think I know it's complicated, but I don't think it's as complicated as we're making it seem, to the point that we can't have a ceasefire and find a different way to go about it where you know so many people aren't dying and it's not so many casualties. So of course that's one of it. That's one of the things. What else? I feel like it's hard to live right now, like just the living circumstances and like how much rent is compared to like how much
the cost of living. The cost of living.
The cost of living, exactly. The cost of living right now, everyone is suffering and it's just messed up. So that needs to be fixed. And then I don't even want to talk about this presidential election. This is can I curse on here?
Yeah, you can curse. You can let it out. Yeah.
A complete shit show with this presidential election. I'm not looking forward to any of it. So yeah, I'd say those among other things.
Yeah, there is a lot of things that they and you mentioned that the cost of living, that's a big one, you know, to get everything down. I don't know if it's ever going to go back to the way it was, but some things need to change, right? Some things need to change coming from Genique, you know. That's big, you know, and we appreciate you spending your time and come out and talk with us because, you know, we know time is something you don't get back. You know, so we really appreciate that, you know.
I appreciate being here.
And we definitely going to be in touch. Me and Big Wall was talking, we was busting it up. So we can't wait to get you on there. And we're going to expand on everything that we're doing and get more into the culture, you know, talking about what's going on in the culture. And this is, you know, Black History Month. And that's what we've been doing. We've been, you know, still celebrating that while we got the time. But the Black History Month is every month. You know, so don't forget it. Just stay in tune with yourself, you know. And
absolutely.
You have any shout outs you want to give or anything and let people know where they can hear all your music and catch you?
Yeah. So shout out to my best friend. She's probably watching this. She's so supportive. And we're celebrating our 20 years of friendship. At the end of the month, we're going to Mexico. So huge shout out to Deja. I love you, girl. She's probably watching. She watches everything I do. And then shout out to my parents and shout out to my boyfriend. He's over here. Say hi, babe. Say hi. Hurry up.
Hi.
Okay, shout out to you. You can find all of my music on Apple, Spotify, Tidal. Just type in Genique, Genique. You can find me on Instagram at Genique Music. And yeah, what else was I supposed to do, PStock?
What that was, and you know, you let everybody know.
Shout outs to, you know, iHipHopTV. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to PStock and Dark Diva and Aladdin 19. I appreciate you guys for having me.
For sure. You know, we appreciate it. You know, I mean, the music pot, we're gonna plug. That's what we do. You know, and we're gonna have you back. We're gonna keep pushing you. If you're hearing this, you're hearing it. You know, so this is it. Yeah, you see. There you go. You know, let them know. Genique, everybody, man, it's hot. Go up, cop it. Anytime you get a chance, check it out. Go download. Go like. You know, do it all. You know, stream all of that. It all works. Subscribe. That's the big one. Subscribe. You know, even if you ain't listening to it all the time, still subscribe. Make sure you count. Okay. Do it like that. That's what I say. Genique, thanks a lot for coming through. This is PStock. This has been iHipHopTV 1-on-1, Mad Money Militia style. Peace.
And I just love making people feel good, whether from the outside in or the inside out. It just kind of depends on which direction I need to go. And I follow my passion. And I think that matter of fact, I know that following my passion has led me on my destiny to be able to touch some of the world's greatest artists and, you know, touch one of the world's most celebrated artists, Miss Whitney Houston, which was an amazing, amazing journey. And I got the opportunity to live a 7-star dream life and tell this amazing story about, you know, the woman she was yet to be and the woman she was becoming. So it initially started that I was her daughter's stylist from the beginning. I was Bobby Christina's stylist before I came her stylist. I want something from her. I didn't want nothing. I just was thankful that she called.
Yeah.
I'm just thankful that she called. I'm thankful that I could make her smile.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I could be around to give her, you know, everything that I could to a sister. You know what I'm saying? To make her feel while on tour. So that's why I got the perks that I got with her. I kept it real. And, you know, real recognize real.
Curtis Blow, he liked what I did. I opened up for him. Def Jeff, a guy named Jeffrey Fortune, he gave me his manager's telephone number. So things were kind of taking off. Then I got someone that decided to never ask me any questions as to what I was doing. Didn't know I was doing a little music, had a part-time gig, and the assumption was that I was doing something illegal. Hey, just finished my interview with PStock. I want to shout out Dark Diva. I want to shout out Eli Harvey, Matthew Shell, all the dope producers that have helped with this project, bringing it to fruition. Really appreciate the opportunity, and I want to thank you, all the listeners. And again, I really appreciate being on this platform tonight. And hey, peace.
Hey everyone, it's your man PStock of iHipHopTV. iHipHopTV is now part of a global consortium of media outlets that not only span the US and Canada, but over 240 countries. We are broadcasters, podcasters, publishers, radio stations, and digital news sites that collectively have an audience reach of 100+ million viewers, listeners, and readers. Currently, promotions, branding, and interviews with Club LVH on Roku TV has put them in position to drive their audience to pay outlets such as Tubi, Netflix, Apple TV, etc. Advertise with iHipHopTV. How did you end up going on tour with Ike Turner? How did that happen?
Wow. So actually, I was at a karaoke bar and I had ran into a girl who does karaoke, and she's like, "Hey, I'm singing background for Ike, and he's going on the road. Do you want to go?" And I'm like, "Does he beat you?" But I did learn a lot from him, vocally, entertainment-wise. It was really awesome. I also learned where he used to hide his drugs, so it was cool.
So basically, I've been under the radar for a long time as far as just my music is concerned, because I've been more into like fashion, and right now I'm putting a company together actually with fragrance oil, and I'm launching that very soon. At the age of 12.
I was just about to be 13, my first season of fashion shows and Fashion Week, and I was on the run with Naomi, Iman, like all of the people that I didn't even know who they were, and they were like, everyone's like, big deal. It was my first photo shoot for Johnny Versace.
You gotta have a model.
Yeah, baby, not just a model, a supermodel.
A supermodel.
Yeah, not model extraordinaire, baby. Supermodel. Iconic. I didn't want to correct you, but I'm going to correct you right now.
There it is. You know, how did it feel whenever you created a hit, you produced a hit, and it landed #1 on iTunes on the World Album Chart? How did that make you feel?
That I had to go double check it. Actually, the first thing I did was I said, "Oh, it's #1. Let me go all music. It was more of an expectation. So it was like I was excited about it, but it was nowhere near the excitement of like getting an email from Billboard. I've been taught to do the right thing growing up. I'd say just like I naturally have a passion for helping people. What up? This your boy 400, and you are live on iHipHopTV with Mad Money, Militia, Diva, and PStock. Ayo!
But tonight we have the one and only Henry Invisible. Incredible.
You know, if you own the publishing rights, you own the masters. If you own like everything that you've written, you own both sides of the music, and it's real important. I might have thought that some of the tracks were better than they were, you know. You know, I mean, we all love what we do. I showed up with my full rig. You know, I got the keys, I got the MPC, I've got the percussion pad, I've got my bass, I've got my guitar. So they gave me 7 minutes to perform, and you know, we knocked it out of the park. And Bootsy came up to me afterwards and said that I was going to record with him on his next record, and our friendship has remained strong since.
Brick by brick, you get your boy Big Wall, and you already know the vibes when you see PStock next to me.
When it comes to like doing media, doing radio, period, I just love to bring good energy. I love to see my people grow in tune with what's going on around us and what's in tune with our neighborhoods. Being more in tune with our community.
Now, people.
Also, don't forget y'all to vote. Go and vote for me on 312. Go to www.312musicawards.com. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? This your girl Sadie Star from Soul 106.3. Over here kicking it with my brothers, Big Wall and PStock in the building. So if y'all want to check him out, y'all go to their channel. I promise y'all gonna have some fun. These brothers is off the chain. I truly appreciate for y'all inviting me on. This your girl Sadie Star from Soul 106.3, y'all. And guess what? I'm up out of here. Peace out.